we now call the first one of our resource persons, CONSEC. You will have 10 minutes each.
The first to present, Mr. Chair, is Attorney Demosthenes Donato.
Please proceed, Daniel.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We provided a PowerPoint, Your Honor. If it can
Yeah,
be done.
kindly, technical staff, can you kindly help that we can see the screen?
The PowerPoint, Your Honor, addresses the third question. The first question, if I can just answer briefly, is it necessary? Yes, because the problem is not only about how the laws are implemented, it's also about how the laws are made. Second question, what is our preferred mode? Our preferred mode is constituent assembly. Very fast, very cheap. At the end of the day, content is important than the process. So of course, with due respect, we know the intention of those, very good intentions of those pushing for constitutional convention. But from our view, the end result is the same. Why? The delegates are elected from the same districts as the incumbent congressman. So the political forces responsible for electing them will be the same political forces that will be responsible for electing the delegates. Ayun po yung sa amin, for practical issues, because at the end of the day, we believe it's content, not the process. Yun namang content po, may suggestion na po kami para transparent lahat. Kita, ano ba talaga ang laman yan, walang tinatago. So if I may proceed na po sa, ma'am, can we go to the first slide, please? First slide, ma'am, first page. I was instructed by the secretariat, this is only for 10 minutes, so automatic transition po yan. As much as possible, I will just read the script so that we will be within the time limit. Konting adlib lang po. We can start now, please. The people's draft is a crowdsourced, sorry ma'am, the first page ma'am. I have a few seconds. Yes, ma'am, start the slideshow, please. The people's draft is a crowdsourced constitution framed in 2018 by Tanggulang Demokrasya and Publicus Asia. Contents are supported by the Correct Movement, ang Pamilya Muna Party List, Kapatiran Party, Lumad Mindanao People's Federation, the Center for Preservation of Historical Rights of the Sulu Archipelago. It is a live document. We are now in version 31. Basically, we would like to seek to address the systemic problems in the country. In the economy, as explained by the congressman earlier, lack of jobs, chronic shortages, rising prices. In polity, high costs of electoral campaigns, loophole that allows a minority to rule over the majority, over concentration of powers in one person, extreme difficulty in removing this person, and the over concentration of high offices in Metro Manila. In society, this is the lack of a national ideology that gives equal importance to the country's three peoples. I learned this from the Lumads, namely Christians, Muslims, and indigenous peoples. Yan po yung problema. Yung mahal po yung tumakbong presidente, elections at large. Sa parliament po, bababa yan. We have a slide later to show it. People's draft is simple draft, 10 pages only, not 100, not 10 pages. And as much as possible, we just copied language from existing or previous constitutions so that there will be no further debate. Except, of course, with respect to changes, we have no choice. We have to introduce new language. Even if it's the shortest draft, it's a boldest draft. It covers the economy, polity, and society. Yan po yung parliament and LGU, council type LGU. Yan.
The next slide, please, so that that slide is the one that you're going to explain, okay? because they cannot follow the technical stuff. Okay? Are we on this page now?
Yes, sir. Actually, sir, it's an automatic transition,
Yes.
transition.
Yes, that's okay.
So we can, because the instruction was 10 minutes.
All right, so please go ahead.
Sir, this was computed by the former Director General of the House. This is the only draft which gives us savings. All others will give us cost. It's because of the restructuring. And then we're trying to promote efficiency, no duplication. One chamber only, one approval, and then that's it. No deadlock between the legislative and the executive branches, between the upper house and the lower house, no deadlock.
You might not be invited by the Senate, Mr. Proceed.
I was already invited there, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. No overlapping of jurisdiction, barangay, municipality, province. No bloating of democracy, bureaucracy, sorry. Yung councilor, sila na rin yung magiging mayor, sila na rin yung magiging governor. No excessive politics, no more barangay elections. Just elected by appointed by the mayor. Upon recommendation, of course, by the local residents. No term extension, yes, that's very critical. It's very clear in the draft, no term extension and no term reduction. Para sa senators po ito, those elected in 2025, they might complain. So their terms will be extended. No service disruption. Ito yung tinatakot palagi yung mga taong gobyerno, mawawalan daw silang trabaho. There's no such thing. Yeah. 5-year term, sorry. Congressmen, councilors. Re-election po 3 years. 3 terms, sorry. Ito po, this is the anchor while we transition. No touch po tayo sa Supreme Court. Whether or not we like the people there. Ito po, this is the way electoral college is done. Yan po. Makikita yung kasabi kasi if you're parliament, you cannot choose the president. Of course not. You can choose. Team voting. That's the way electoral college is done. Win with less votes. Kasi po, by district, not elections at large. Ayan po. For if you want to be a local councilor, 6 votes lang. You will be councilor. Compared to, there are assumptions there. 100 voters, 10 districts, etc. Only 2 candidates. Kung sa mayor naman po, 36 instead of 51. You only need to in 6 districts. 6 times 6, 36. So yan po yung sinasabi namin, mas mura. Para sa lahat. Kasi yun yung complaint usually ng mga tao, they cannot compete with the usual. Ito naman po, konting tweak lang sa party list, sectoral voting. So you just have to, parang nakaalat na yung seats per sector. Yeah. 3 terms. So that's 15 years. 3 times 5. Meron pong disqualification because based on our feedback, yan pong hinahanap ng tao. But as my colleague Ryan would say, ayaw nila ng restrictions. So yung 3-term limit, family disqualifications, we can remove that later. Maybe after 15 years. Let's try it first. Ito naman po yung quick removal, vote of no confidence. So I'm basically on ad-lib now. No more script. Ito po, 5 years, may kapalit po yung 5 years. You have midterm recall. First time in Philippine history. Widest accountability. Kasi po yung impeachment, mahirap po yung may experience ko kami sa COMELEC, mahirap tanggalin. So, impeachment only for the Supreme Court. All the others, no more. They can be removed anytime. No new taxes, even if we transition it to federal, no new taxes unless Congress will allow it. Kasi yun yung no new laws. Sa amin po yan kasi corporate practice po ako. We do not want complicated laws. Dapat simple lang. So no touch muna unless Congress will allow it. Even as we
We'll have
touch
2
it.
minutes, please, yes.
Yes, sir. We will be within the period, sir. This is the basic form of regional decentralization. Bago yung sub-state, ito muna, regional authority lang. Basically, we just merge the existing regional offices of existing departments. So there is no additional budget required. So of course, if you have regional authorities, you will adopt regional budgeting. Yan po yung hinahanap ng mga tao sa Mindanao, Visayas. They want to see where their money goes. Ito po, ito mga kasamahan namin. The most important issue for them, lumad, is the lupa, ancestral land. Ito din po kasamahan namin yung sa Sulu Sultanate. We would like to repeal the prohibition against recognition of royalty. So, gayahin po natin yung Japan, UK, kahit ceremonial powers lang, recognition. To respect our own culture. Yeah. Ito naman po, very sensitive, no balkanization. Sa loob po ng People's Draft, there's an express prohibition against secession. Bawal. Wala silang military, walang police, pwede sila sa security guard, internal security force. Security guard po yan. Protect persons and properties. Now, the best argument moving forward, we believe, is a working model on the ground. So ito po yun, we have a pilot region with a draft bill for that. Yun po. I hope you will also consider that. Kasi yan, that's the only thing that will convince people to think otherwise if they see it to be successful. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. Daghang salamat sa inyong tanan.
Thank you, Attorney
Thank you.
Donato.